All right, now that we've established criteria for what makes a good stance, let's go review a couple stances and see how they meet that criteria, okay? We already talked about a side horse stance, okay? Very stable in one direction, not so stable in the other, okay? How mobile is it? Not very mobile, okay? How many weapons does it bring online? Well, it certainly brings the right hand online, right? Certainly brings that online. And to some extent, it brings the right foot online, for a side kick or whatever, okay? It brings that online. But this hand or this hand, not so much. This hand, yeah, if it's something over here, yeah, but here, no. This leg, completely out of the equation for the most part, you know what I'm saying? So, let's look at another stance. Cat stance. Cat stance from karate, okay? You can see some Taekwondo people will fight out of this cat stance. How stable is it? It's not stable at all, okay? I mean, front or back. Why? Because the base is so small. My feet are so close together that if I barely move, my center of gravity goes outside of my base. So this is definitely not very stable. Is it mobile? Well, yes and no. It's fairly mobile to the front and to the back, but 90% of my weight is here. So to step forward and backwards, that's a lot of inertia that I've got to overcome. So, how many weapons does it bring online? Well, it's better. It's definitely better than the horse stance, the side horse stance. Because I'm facing dead on, though, I present a wide target, but that gives right hand, left hand, and right leg is pretty much right there. Plus, this is available for a front snap kick as well. Okay, so it's better at bringing weapons online. A stance that I like, though, okay, I like a modified sort of boxing stance. And this is the stance that you'll see me work out of most of the time, at least as far as doing the boxing stuff, as well as a modified boxing stance that really comes kind of from fencing. I'll use that too. So I'll show you both of those real quick. If I'm standing on a clock face, okay, and my right foot is at 2 o'clock and my left foot is at 8 o'clock, okay, so I've got my feet like that, then instead of facing you head on, like in the cat stance, and instead of facing you sideways in the horse stance, when I'm like this, my body, if I stand just, straight up here, is at a 45-degree angle from the opponent, okay? My feet are not as wide as in a horse stance. They're closer together, okay? They're just a little more than shoulder width apart. This foot's on this side of the line, my toes. My heel is on that side of the line, okay? 2 o'clock, 8 o'clock. 45-degree angle from you, so I'm here, okay? So look at this head on, okay? Look at it head on, and then look at it sideways, a sideways view, okay? Just like this. I'm very stable. I'm certainly stable in all directions. Stable in all directions, okay? I'm mobile. I'm very, very mobile. I can go forward, backward, side to side. I can pivot around. It's a good stance, okay? So I'm mobile. Does it bring as many weapons online as I possibly can? Yeah, it does. I've got the right, the left is right there, all the variations of strikes that I could do. They're all right there. This is available, to kick, to whatever. This is available. So this is a good stance, okay? It meets the criteria. A variation on that that is based on fencing and old-style boxing. This foot on the line, the ball of my toes. The back foot, my instep is on the line, okay? Ball of the foot, instep. And again, just a little more than shoulder width apart, okay? So I'm like this, just at a slight angle. This is mainly angled from you. This is up. I'm protected. My back heel is up. Show you here, my back heel is up. This is very mobile front and back. Very mobile to go front and back. Side to side as well. Not so much as this, side to side, but still. Good side-to-side access, still brings many weapons online. Definitely the one for the straight lead. Very good, explosive power going forward. Okay? So, those are some stances and some ideas from stances. If you get any martial arts books or DVDs or whatever, man, or go to classes, a lot of times they will show you the stances. They won't really talk about the stances too heavily, but you should investigate and ponder deeply, because the stance is the very basis of the foundation. And in martial arts, the reality is we're only as good as the foundation that we have, our basics, the basics. You know, even Bruce Lee once said, he said, before I started martial arts, a punch was just a punch and a kick was just a kick. Then after I'd studied martial arts for a while, a punch was way more than a punch and a kick was way more of a kick. But after I'd done martial arts for a long time, it kind of came full circle, he said, and it went back to being a punch is a punch and a kick is a kick. So experiment and find what works best for you, There's many different methods of power generation, many different ways to skin a cat, but you need to find out through practice and experimentation and deep pondering, what those ways are for you that work best, So ultimately, you'll teach yourself, and that's one of the things that I mean when I say the true master is the eternal student. So think about this stuff, man. I hope you dig it, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.